brainchild of Masahiro Sakurai, who also created the Kirby series, which I didn't find out until after Melee was out for a few years. I feel like a dunce. What started as an unsanctioned prototype for a fighting game on the N64 that had nothing to do with any flagship Nintendo characters transformed into a huge money-making franchise once Sakurai got the idea to make it a Nintendo All-Star slobber knocker, with Satoru Iwata helping on the programming side of things. In 1999, the final result came to be known as
Oh yeah! Positively electrifying.
Me and you and me, no matter how.
this fucking commercial. I loved it so much, but I hated it too. Late 90s, I was all over the TV watching cartoons, and every time this popped up, I was reminded of the console I didn't have at the time. No hard feelings, PlayStation, you did your job fine enough. I did get some kicks out of single player though, not to say it didn't offer some fun, and I think it was the only way to unlock the 4 extra fighters: Luigi, Jigglypuff, this guy, and this kid. Yeah, I didn't know who these 2 were when I first played Smash Brothers, and I didn't realize who they were until I looked up their character biographies. Captain Falcon from F-Zero, a series I was familiar with at this point, and Ness from Earthbound. I thought to myself, what the fuck was an Earthbound? And would you know, to this day, I still don't have a solid opinion on the mother series? Perhaps in the future. You see, all these fighters are not just your favorite Nintendo characters, but they're also figurines brought to life. It's like the Indian in the cupboard, only with Nintendo characters. So in a way, you can say Master Hand represents a kid playing with his toys, but I certainly don't remember my toys ever coming to life to fuck shit up.
Think about the collateral damage.
While we're on the sound direction, can I just say that if there's one thing I look for in a fighting game or anything that involves clobbering something, it's the sound I make when I connect a hit. It was one of the immediate aesthetics that stuck out to me when I played Smash 64. It's like all of my opponents were bowling pins and I was the bowling ball. Explosions sounded extra crunchy, and nothing was ever more satisfying than landing a direct hit with the home run bat.
And he's out of here!
God, 2002 was such a painful year. I was in high school hearing everyone else talk about how awesome Super Smash Bros. Melee was, and here I am desperately saving up for a GameCube. One Christmas and 2 birthdays later, and there it was finally. I got the game along with Metroid Prime, 4 controllers, and a memory card. That was the best weekend of my teenage life, bar none. I made sure to attend my studies and household chores, of course, but every minute where I wasn't doing that or sleeping, I was playing Melee. More characters. You can finally get Princess Peach to defend herself from Bowser. She's one of my personal favorites in Melee, actually. I didn't know who the Ice Climbers and Mr. Game & Watch were, but I didn't care as I was willing to try them all out, and sure enough, one of the greatest memories I have with Melee is unlocking the other fighters and arenas. Mewtwo, I am looking at you, dude. A total of 20 hours playtime between all players required? Let me just plug in 4 controllers and leave the game running for 5 hours and come back after I wake up. That was certainly interesting. I'll never forget the pain that was unlocking the Retro Congo Jungle stage. You had to survive the entirety of the 15-minute multi-man melee, a mode where the only thing you needed to do was rack up as many knockouts as you could without falling off yourself. I know I'm not the only one who did this. Donkey Kong, center stage, down B. His ground pound wiped out the wire fighters no problem, but eventually you start taking pot shots, those build up, and then all it takes is a random bob-omb or exploding capsule item to materialize right in your face, and then BAM! All that for nothing. Fuck me, I hated that. When I encountered Giga Bowser for the first time, my pants were nearly shat. I already played Adventure Mode for a few times beforehand, and it always ended with a match against Bowser, but then this freakish thing suddenly appears, and here I am wondering, what the hell did I do wrong? 2006, post E3, Super Smash Bros. Brawl was announced for the Nintendo Wii. My hype thrusters were set to max, and after the end of the trailer, my thrusters were sent to overdrive. Holy shit, it's Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid! What could this mean? Are they letting third-party characters join in suddenly? Oh, the possibilities. Sonic. Oh, fuck, you gotta have Sonic in there. He was Mario's rival during the 16-bit console wars. Ah, there he is! The thrusters finally detonated, and we got Final Smashes, glowing balls of death that allowed the lucky grabber to unleash their super attack. The entire game changed when it appeared. The fight went from a battle to the death to, get it! Get the Smash Ball! Yeah, I got it! I messed around with the new stage builder for a number of hours. The ability to create your own fun house of pain, and fun houses of pain I made. You were kinda limited on complexity, stages were restricted to grids, so being organic was out of the question. Brawl still had loads of stages to choose from. I didn't really mind that I couldn't go nuts with this feature. Raise your hand if you made a Tetris stage. Yeah, that's what I thought. Last year, E3 brought us what we all wanted to hear, the announcement and trailer for the next Smash Bros. Game. Oh, but wait a second, it wasn't just that the Wii U was getting an installment, that Mega Man and eventually Pac-Man were going to join the cast, and that the game was going HD, the 3DS was getting some love too. A handheld Smash Bros. Game, that's awesome. Once again, my hype levels were through the roof, but the wait wasn't as painful as Brawl, and I had this channel and the many jokes and discussions created by the Smash community to thank for that. On both versions, you can now create your own fighters with Miis. I thought this was something you should have been able to do in Brawl, as Miis made their debut on the Nintendo Wii, but better late than never, I guess. You're limited to 3 fighter classes, a brawler, a sword fighter, and a gunner, each bringing different strategies, and I'm a bit bummed by that limitation, but seeing yourself in Smash Bros. Action or any other character you can create is undeniably charming, and for some it's a great way to show off how immature they can be. Smash Run is a fun little pastime, but it screams, "You will remember the subspace emissary, damn it, love it as it loved you!" But Smash Run on the Wii U was what I was really waiting for, and my god, it's so beautiful! The bold colors, the higher polygon count, the added visual flares, it's so extravagant, it's so Nintendo, it's so Smash Brothers, baby. I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but allow me to grind it to dust. Content-wise, it's filled to bursting once more. Familiar single-player modes return and new ones arise to help you score prizes, money, prize money, and trophies, if you're willing to take the risk. I don't know why I find the sight of Master Hand giving me a thumbs up when I complete a challenge funny. I'm very easy to entertain. Stage Builder was given more fleshed out properties. You're only limited by your imagination now, since you can make oodles and oodles of shapes with the Wii U gamepad. And well, as you can see, I'm a very unimaginative man. I guess I should spend a minute on these new Amiibo figures, thanks Nintendo. I totally didn't need another reason to give you guys more of my money. Amiibos can be used in Smash 4 as fighters you can level up and train to become more efficient and a pit against other players or Amiibos. Almost like a legalized kid-friendly version of Cockfight. Oh, wait a minute. It's like your own personal pet, I think that's a good way of putting it, and you can even give it a nickname. Come on, Samus, I'll make you the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy yet. Let's start with taking a punch. Okay, shake it off, shake it off. They even made a GameCube adapter for the Wii U. This controller shall never die! I want to see how long they can keep this beautiful little thing alive. Viva the GameCube! On that subject, the Wii U version has an added form of the Master Core boss battle introduced in the 3DS version after finishing off Master Hand on higher difficulties. And again, it's like they really don't want me to forget the Subspace Emissary. Cut it out, guys. I just want to clear the game and get my damn trophy. Parents, if your kids have a Wii U, get them Smash Brothers. They'll love it, and they'll love you. I was thinking about going upstairs to the living room. I do got my tree and decorations all set up, but the acoustics are not exactly optimal for this kind of thing, and my cat, I love her, I really do, but she keeps messing with the damn camera and the tree, and I can only distract her with snacks for so long. But yeah, the next iteration of Super Smash Bros. Is here, and it's been a while since I last looked at this series, hasn't it? Since then, they got a whole bunch of added DLC characters, some completely out of left field, like Bayonetta. I mean, who the fuck thought she would be in the game? But then we had Ryu from Street Fighter, Korn from Fire Emblem, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Holy shit, that was a magical time. I swear to Christ, folks act like Masahiro Sakurai did everything for this game. Look, I know he's the director and has the most important job, not to undermine that, but let's not forget the assload of others responsible for making this too. They mean just as much. I mean, you shouldn't forget about them the first time because, yeah, I skipped these when I gotta get a move on. And yeah, man, Ultimate was the right word to use. It's one thing to have the Splatoon characters confirmed when the game was initially announced, but come this past E3 2018, they brought back everyone. Snake, Wolf, Ice Climbers, the forgotten Melee fighters. Seriously, who thought Pichu would ever come back? I certainly didn't, but they're all here. And we got some new characters on top of that. Ken from Street Fighter, King K. Rool, Incineroar, Simon and Richter, Belmont, Dark Samus, Ridley? I've never been particularly picky with who I wanted in a Smash Bros. Game, but this roster, I've never been so perfectly content with a roster in a fighting game. I have no complaints at all here, and if anything, I find it a little overwhelming. Look at all these fighters. Maybe I'm out of touch a bit, but I never thought any game would ever supersede Marvel vs. Capcom 2's complete roster, and no, Mugen doesn't count. My favorite has to be the luchador outfit for Pikachu, or as my friends call her, Arpika, seeing as the Pikachu is female. I love that name. I know this has been a thing since Pokken, but I love this look. I'm never wearing anything else. Also, holy fuck, look at the amount of stages there are, from Saffron City to Rainbow Cruise, all the way to Palutena's Temple. A majority of the series representation is here and accounted for, and you can not only play 8-player Smash on all of these now, but you can also give them the battlefield layout, the Final Destination layout, or if you really like the stage design but hate dealing with obstacles, you can just turn off the stage hazards, although the Great Cave Offensive is still just as offensive. But gameplay still delivers with great response time, short load times, and silky smooth frame rates. Not to mention, you can still use your GameCube controllers for this, it will never die. Well, okay, the Pro Controller is also a great choice. I gave it a try a couple of times and it felt wonderfully natural. And the sound design is extra crunchy. I tell you, man, it feels really good to strike your opponents, and like I said before, good sound can go a long way. You can't set up totally customizable lobbies against randoms. You can set a preference, but good luck getting the game to actually honor that shit. You can tell them all you want that you prefer 1v1, no items and Final Destination till the fucking sun rises, but the game can still pit you against up to 3 other folks with items turned on, and whatever stages pull from a hat. It's kind of a mess. But matchmaking is something they're working on. In fact, in the middle of writing this, the game got a new patch that attempts to fix this issue, and I gave it a shot afterwards, but I still sort of ran into the issue, so this is definitely a work in progress. Now, against friends, online's a bit better since you have more options available to you, and you can set private rooms with a password to keep stalkers out. I mean, what stalkers? It easily has one of the best classic modes, though, to start with the positives. Every character has their own predetermined pathway centralizing on a theme related to them. Luigi, for instance, has a thing against scary creatures, so he takes on a lot of dark characters to conquer his fears. Meta Knight, Kirby's main rival, spends his adventure clobbering other characters along with their rivals, and Wii Fit Trainer spends their time getting fat asses back to shape. Alright, I can read between the lines, I'll put the phone down, I guess I don't need that pizza just yet. Cruel Smash, I mean, what do you want me to say about that? Yeah, that's about right. But you can use your collectible amiibo figures to make custom fighters like before, or you can use certain ones to unlock spirits for adventure mode or spirits mode. This isn't what I consider a killer selling point. You collect stickers for the sake of powering up your character to get more stickers, a time sink and nothing more. But if you want the purest definition of time sink, look no further than Smash Ultimate's adventure mode titled World of Light. So in this mode, our heroes gather up to face a new threat known as Gleam, and believing that first impressions are everything, this motherfucker just straight up nukes everybody. Bam! 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 Bam!
Fucking
Bam!
come to help you find your family.
Bam! The lone survivor ends up being Kirby, because of course he is, and with nothing but his determination and an empty stomach most likely, he sets off into this large world, rescuing the captured fighters from their imprisonment and wiping the world of these numerous clones that Galima sent all over the place. This is the entire mode. You run across the map, face off against a CPU opponent with a different stipulation, you use stickers to your advantage, lather, rinse, repeat for about 20 to 30 hours, and I am not underselling that. That said, it's Super Smash Bros. The way I loved it for years. Shit, close to 2 decades at this point, because yeah, this series is turning 20 years old next month. How's that for some gray hairs? If you need another reason to get yourself a Nintendo Switch, well, here you go. But that will do it for this video. Happy smashing to those that get the game. Maybe I'll see you online for a few matches, who knows?